There are many GOATs out there, right? There's Tom Brady, he's pretty good. There's Michael Jordan, he's pretty good too. But in my city, there's only one GOAT. The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Now, there really is no way to measure who the greatest Lego reseller is of all time, and that's okay. But if you're in this for the long game, you really do want to be one of the greats. I'm Jim with wolfofbricks. Let's get it. So before we get into the main topic, just wanted to update everybody with the Walmart orders that I placed the other day. As you can see right here, I mean, they've all shipped. I don't know how many shipped, but it looks like they all have. If not, there's going to be a couple more that are trickling in. I don't think it's all 20, but we're getting close. I started to get these notifications earlier this morning, and now they just keep on coming and coming and coming. So very excited that I'm able to get these 20 F-150 Raptors. And again, I apologize for the adrenaline overdose whenever I was filming. I just got really excited, and that's the way it should be, right? We're here to have fun. All right, so the topic we are going to talk about today is something that has been a lot of chatter ever since Lego reselling has started, right? Are we in a bubble? I've seen this talked about in the forums. I've seen this on the Facebook groups. So this is my perspective, and I'm just going to share it with you. And of course, I would love to hear your comments down below in the comments section and see what your thoughts are. So number one, are we in a bubble? So a lot of people talk about the Lego reselling bubble, and my first thought is, are we even in a bubble to begin with? Because here's the thing, right? We're not holding on to a Sesame Street Lego set and keeping it in cold storage for 20 and 30 years, and whenever we come and get it, we're expecting it to be $50,000, right? All we are doing is reselling Lego at a premium because these are sets that are no longer available. So the question is, are there people out there that have money and are willing to spend, $200 on a Ford F-150? And a lot of times that answer is yes, right? Now, something to keep in mind is whenever I was in sales, and I excelled at sales whenever I sold cars and other things, whenever we're talking about prices and things of that sort, do not go into sales thinking about your wallet. You're supposed to be thinking about the other person's wallet, the people that are actually buying it. So this was back in, I think, 2013. The company that I worked for, they did a survey, and the median income for the customers that came through our doors was around $80,000 a year, right? So if you're one of those people that are saying, I can only buy 10 sets every couple months, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because you're starting to build, which is great. That is something that should be celebrated. But you got to keep in mind, you should not be thinking about your wallet when you're making business decisions. You should be thinking about the wallet of the people that are going to be purchasing these goods from you. So people talk about Bitcoin, right? And, before 2016, Bitcoin was a pretty good idea. I purchased Bitcoin. I think I purchased $13,000 of Bitcoin for $77, and I made I made 20 grand in like 4 days. And then of course it crashed, and it was going up and down, up and down, up and down. But that was a free market. Now you have all these other big conglomerates coming in, and they buy a lot and they crash a lot, and it's freaking dead, right? So one of the cool things about reselling Lego is, and of course I'm going to sell bias, this is what a free market is, right? This is one of the rare free markets out there, the reselling market. The stock market is not a free market. It's rigged. It closes every day at 4 o'clock. If it's a free market, why isn't it open 24/7? Well, Jim, if it's open 24/7, that means these people could do this, this, and this. Well, of course. That's what a free market is, right? The silver market, it is open 24 hours a day, but it closes on the weekend. I wonder why that is. Is that really a free market? So reselling goods on Amazon really is what the actual market is. And I would compare it to what Bitcoin was doing pre-2016. So I don't think we're in a bubble because all we're doing is we're selling goods at a premium. Sure, the return on investment might be 100%, 200%, but Jim, that's crazy. Eventually it's going to crash. People are going to figure things out. It's not going to happen. And what is there to figure out, right? There have been times I've wanted sets And I pulled the trigger on that from other resellers because this is something that I want. And by the way, if you're saying to yourself, you know what, I really like Jim's videos and I want to do a deeper dive into Lego investing and reselling, feel free to join our Patreon. We have the link in the description below. We have exclusive videos that you just can't get on the public YouTube channel. At present time, we've had over 250 people subscribe to the Patreon since it began. We have cool Excel inventory tools for you. And of course, we have group chats. Our group chat is actually going to be this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, if that's something that you would like to do, feel free to check out the description below. Now, of course, there are ways to do this right, and there are ways to do this wrong. So, and I apologize if this person is seeing this. I don't remember the name, and even if I did, I wasn't going to share it. There was some Facebook group where someone was talking about a Simpsons house. They were new to Lego investing and reselling, and they said, hey, I'm thinking about purchasing the Simpsons house. What does everybody think the resale price on this will be, 10 or 15 years down the road? And the first thing I did was keep my mouth shut. I learned maybe a month ago, whenever people ask questions like that, just keep your mouth shut in. So I've pretty much banned myself when it comes to commentary on Facebook groups. But buying a Simpsons house, a set that has already retired a long time ago, there's no reason to do it. You will eventually fail and set yourself up for a lot of tears. But Jim, what about the recession and all this other stuff? Lego's just going to crash. Well, here's the thing. If it crashes, but it's not because of a bubble bursting, right? Everything is going to crash. The buying used cars bubble will crash. The buying groceries at the grocery store will crash. A lot of people will be buying a lot less, and that includes Lego at a premium. Now, I have done commentary in the past where I actually think recessions are good for the Lego reseller. Now, during the housing crisis in '08, I was into other stuff, but from what I hear during that time from resellers that were doing this back during the housing crisis is, Lego did take a big hit. There wasn't a lot of buyers, or I don't want to say a lot. There were very few buyers out there, not as much as there used to be. And the wants and needs changed too. City was one of the themes that people were buying a lot of. Crazy enough how that sounds, that's what I was told, okay? So sure, we may have the effects of a recession at the beginning of next year. I understand with the 2 GDPs in a row and all that stuff, we technically are, and all that stuff, but it's not going to happen by the end of the year. The news people are not going to let a recession happen. If you look at the people that are controlling the media, CNN is owned by Disney. Do you think Disney is going to let CNN talk about, a recession during the holiday season and Disney won't be able to sell all of their goods? It's not going to happen. Bank of America finances Fox News and CNN, right? You think Bank of America is going to let all of the news organizations just continue to make people depressed and feel bad about a recession and not go out and buy anything? It's all controlled media. So sure, we may feel the serious effects of a recession next year, but right now it is not the time. We're in Q4, baby, and we're here to make money. Now, there are two things I hear thrown around occasionally, and they're like, well, this is just like the Beanie Babies, and this is just like the, the tulip crash of, 1729. I think it was like in the 1800s, but whatever. I don't believe Lego reselling is anything like that. But let's say hypothetically it is, right? If you go down in history and you look at how many years that spanned, I think the tulip craze was, maybe 2.5 years. I think the Beanie Baby craze was maybe 3. I don't think it got to 3.5 years, right? I could be wrong, but Lego reselling has been going strong for 15 to 20 years. And again, it's not my belief that we're in some sort of bubble. This is just two people, the buyer and the seller, engaging in commerce and agreeing to pay and sell a good at a premium because that product is no longer available. It's basic supply and demand. So just to recap, in my opinion, I don't think we're in a bubble because this just doesn't fit the model of what a bubble actually is. In the past, I've watched a lot of reselling shoe videos, right? And I'm not talking about the Air Jordans. I'm talking about the nice leather, the shoes that only millionaires wear, right? And I've never heard them talk about a reselling shoe bubble, right? So if you've considered reselling Lego for the longest time and you just haven't done it yet, I'm going to be honest, you might as well just sit on the sidelines for the rest of your life, right? Because there's a good chance we're going to feel the effects of the recession after Q4, right? And that's just going to scare the crap out of you, right? And you're just going to be like, boy, I'm glad I didn't do this. And that's fine. But if you're one of those people that are like, you know what? We may be in a recession, we may not. I'm not sure about this bubble thing, but I'm going to do some due diligence, look at the history of Lego reselling, not just the history of Lego sets, and, you know, feel a little bit confident. And you can say to yourself, you know what, these ROIs are much better than what my 401k is or my pension or my whatever is. Then congratulations, you're going to be here for a while. Hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with wolfofbricks.com. Always go out there and get it.